I'm Deborah. I'm an expat coach, and I help people prepare for a move abroad and adjust once they're there. In this video, I'm going to share some tips on how to help children adjust to the move abroad. I get this question all the time. Concerned parents and caregivers, how do I help my child adjust to this new place? How do I help them make friends and all that? So these are the tips. If you're concerned with that, this is for you. Now, the first thing that I want to share is that every child is different and every family is different, every parent is different. So these might apply to you, might not apply, but they're general ideas. So the first thing I would share here is that it's important to keep the communication channels open with the child. This is especially true if the child is over like 4 or 5 years old, so they typically can start communicating what they feel. Because when we move abroad, typically we feel excited, we feel fearful, we feel anxious, we feel terrified, we feel adventurous, butterflies in your stomach kind of thing, all at the same time. We feel sad because we're leaving. So it's hard for adults, so let alone imagine kids. So it's really important to help your child articulate feelings, name them. What is anxiety? What is excitement? What is sadness? What is grief? What is joy? It's really important to help them identify that. This just reminded me that there's a movie, a Disney movie called, I don't remember the name exactly. I'll put it in the description box, the link to the movie I'm referring to. That really does a good job in helping kids understand their emotions. So that's tip number 1, help children articulate. Tip number 2, if they're old enough, and I would say on average, 8, 9 years old and older, depending on the child's maturity, share with them what the typical phases of adjustment are. That, there's a phase that we're like super excited, and then there's a phase like, the cultural shock phase, we're like, oh, I miss everyone, it's down, and then we start to adjust. Why is this important? Because first of all, they will understand that what they're going through is normal, is expected. Everyone goes through this. They're not different. They're not crazy. They're not anything. They're just, absolutely, this is how it's typically done. So that in itself helps people, especially children, feel like, oh, okay, what's going on with me is quite normal. And also, it helps to identify and prepare for these phases. So after the honeymoon phase, when the cultural shock phase starts to hit in, you kind of know what's going on, or you can like, oh, maybe I'm going through this. So both with adults and older kids, it can be helpful to identify these phases. So that's tip number 2, is share and explain the typical phases of adjustment. I have a video about that. I will see if I can link it here in this video. And the third and last tip, which is obviously not the least important, one of the most important tips, is for the parents and caregivers to keep their emotions in touch. So more common than not, when we exude anxiety or excitement or stress or worry or, anything we put out as an energy, as a feeling, as a behavior, kids will pick up on that, and they will, not surprisingly, many times mimic that. So tip number 3 is for the caregiver and the parent to be very observant of their own feelings. How are they dealing with this change, with this adjustment? And sometimes we try to mask and to pretend that we're okay when we're not. That usually doesn't work. So if you are feeling sad because you're leaving, if you are feeling stressed because it's the unknown, just talk about it. Yeah, I'm feeling sad. Because that also gives the opportunity for the child to share what they're feeling. So, all in all, these are the 3 most important tips that I would suggest starting to think about if you want to help a child adjust to a new country. Now, if this content resonated with you, if this is something that you found interesting, feel free to take a look at my International Relocation Starter course. It is a free 4-lesson course. The link to sign up is in the description box. And you can get in touch with a lot more content about mindset and planning when planning for a move abroad. Before I go, I wanted to ask you to like, subscribe, and comment so more people can get access to this content. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you are in the initial stages of planning for a move abroad, this might be for you. The Step 0 is a workshop where we talk about the crucial step you didn't know you needed when planning for a move abroad. We talk about mindset planning. We talk about how to efficiently research about the country, research about cost of living. You'll get to interact with other people who are also on the same path. So this is a great opportunity to really start on the right foot. What we don't talk about is logistics, visa application, documentation, because that is a consequence of setting the foundation. When you know what you're moving for, when you know how to research, when you know exactly why and what are your push and pull factors, all of that practical stuff is a lot easier to get done. So if this is something that interests you, check out the link in the description box. Find out when the next date is going to happen. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email, comment here, get in touch. I hope to see you on the other side. Bye.